Hey folks, good morning. Apologize, a little stuffy in the nose. Been fighting. I guess it's a cold. I had a dry cough last week, and I've been waking up stuffy on occasion. But it's kind of hefty this morning. My apologies. Okay. Oh, installment. That was the word I was trying to think of yesterday. Installment. My next installment on the Red Book of Magic review thereof. Okay. G spells. We're going to do them all in one sitting. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. It's not gonna be too hard. Okay, Ghost Dart. Is that a new one? It is a new one. How did I miss marking that one? Okay, Ghost Dart. This is a cool one. I like this. This spell allows the target to harm spirits with missile weapons. During the spell, any strike on a visible spirit, and this is something that I have been struggling with in my campaign on spirits and visibility and manifestation and spirit world versus middle world and range on spirit sensing and traveling to and from places on either the spirit plane or on the material or the middle world, that kind of thing. And I have not grasped this yet. I'm still working with it. But anyway, damage right to their magic points with their dart, spear, javelin, not spear. You have to throw it, right? It doesn't say thrown weapons. It says missile weapons. I would count thrown weapons myself. I think because a dart is a thrown weapon. Yeah, you have to. Javelin, darts, missiles like bows and arrows and that kind of stuff. Cool. But yeah, their damage to the magic points. That is very, very handy when spirit combat begins. Okay. Glow spot, another new one. Creates a glow spot. That is so cool. It's got a radius of 20 meters, and all lunar magic functions on that day. That's a question. How about during the duration? Acts as if it's the full moon. The effect for this effect to work, the on targeted spells, both the caster and the target must be within the radius. Okay, no problem there. But that on the day makes me wonder if maybe there's a different duration, although it doesn't say anything about that on duration. So I'm assuming during the duration. Okay, but then stack it, right? Extension? Very handy. Okay, Gnome to Gargoyle. This is interesting. I first saw this, it's in the blue book. This is how gargoyles came to be, but no, it's not. These gargoyles are something else. Okay, so the spell turns an earth elemental of any size into a humanoid monster, because normal earth elementals are in the ground. You step on them and slip down, and it crunches and stuff, and holds and that kind of thing. Okay, so the monster has the strength and power of the original elemental, so based on its size, right? Hit points remain the same, and those hit points become the gargoyle's size, or its original size, whichever is higher. Oh, I should look some more of this up. My apologies. It gets a dex 3d6, fist attack at 35%, does 1d6 damage plus damage bonus of any, and has 6 points of armor at each location from its stony hide. Spell expires, the monster turns back into earth. Now, it says it's stackable. And this is where I first was reading through and going, well, if it's stackable, then the strength and power and size and dex should all increase when you stack it, right? Right? Because it doesn't say what happens when you stack. Or maybe stacking allows you to, it's also one use. Yeah. I might have to do an addendum to this one. Sorry, guys. Okay, next spell. New one, Golden Fleece. Cast on sheep, right? Turns their wool into gold. approximately 600 lunars worth. So if it's sheared when the coat is thickest, that's how much gold you get out of it. Once sheared, normal wool starts to grow in its place. And if you don't shear it, eventually, it will shed that gold out in the wilderness on the bushes and stuff. That would be kind of an interesting random encounter. Wandering through the wilderness and you come across a bush with gold flittering through it. Okay, another new spell, Great Leap. Allows the caster to travel up to 40 kilometers in a leaping arc to any destination desired. For each rune point stacked, the caster can carry one follower. Does that have to be a follower of this cult or following them? And their encumbrance of equipment. Okay. The landing place must be known to the caster. The entire leap never takes more than a few minutes. This is a one-way trip. Cool. Actually saw on, I believe it was the Runequest Facebook page, where somebody was talking about their adventure and their players had done this great leap thing, but ended up going over the dead place that was canceled the spells and ended up falling. Okay, no new spell. Group dance. The caster must make a successful dance, play instrument, or sing roll to begin the dance. Each person witnessing the dance must make an opposed power roll against the caster, or they too begin dancing. Another way to say power versus power. The spell lasts until the caster while the caster continues to dance, sing, or play his instrument. For each hour of such exertion, the caster and all subjects of the spell must make a Constitution ×5 or fall unconscious. Group defense, another new spell, creates a veil-like barrier, encloses an area 9 meters by 9 meters by 3 meters. So 9 by 9 by 3. The caster is always in the center of the enclosure. All members of Zeola Umbar, whether lay, initiate, or rune level, must sacrifice 1 point of permanent power into the barrier when it's formed. The spell is active and must be maintained. It lasts until it's dropped. Any creature attempting to pass the barrier automatically takes damage to a random hit location equal to the power spent for the barrier. Could be minimal, could be a lot. How many people are in there? Okay. Counter magic or shield cancel out the effect of the appropriate number of points of this barrier. And this threw me off at first, but they have a little example here, which explains that. You got 9 people, 9 points of power. You got 3 points of counter magic. You go through the wall. You drop that 9 points down to 6. Okay. Each point stacked on the spell. Each point stacked with the spell, each person within must spend. Okay, so you stack the spell to increase the power of the barrier. And for each stacking, each person inside must expend 1 more point of power, thus making the damage even greater. So those 9 people, when you stacked it once, no extra point. Those 9 more people sacrificed 9 more points of power, makes it 18. Okay, next one, group laughter from the book. Everyone within 10 meters of the caster sees the point of every joke told. Even old ones that everybody knows, and they seem funny now. Okay, additional points stacked. Increase the radius by 10 meters. Spell's effect cannot be resisted. And the caster can boost group laughter with magic points in order to penetrate counter magic and other defensive spells. Yeah, okay. Guided teleportation, again from the book, and I've actually used this in my game. This spell sends the caster and all their gear to a specific spot previously made sacred by Orlanth through a complicated week-long ritual. The spell has no range limit. And that's our G spells. I may be coming back with an addendum on this Nome de Gargoyle thing. Happy gaming.